over the last week or so, you've heard me talk quite a bit. If you're following on social media, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, you've heard me talk extensively about this new docuseries that came out on July 26th, and the installments are still going. I think tomorrow night, Wednesday night, will be the last installment. It's called Remedy, and it's controversial. It is informative, and whether you watch it and agree with it or whatever, you should watch it, if for nothing else, to spark the discussion and the debate and to think critically about the things you've been subjected to when it comes to medical tyranny. Now, joining me on the show is the creator of Remedy. His name is Ty Bollinger. Ty is a friend that is probably one of the most banned men in America. Ty, welcome to the show. How are you, buddy?
Thanks, Chad. Good to be on the show, man. Doing great. We're, as you mentioned, in the middle of the last third of the episodes of Remedy. And you're right, episode 8 is the final, the grand finale. It airs tomorrow night, Wednesday night. But man, it's been quite a ride. We getting a lot of really great positive feedback about the film.
Yeah,
I think it's helping to wake up a lot of people and open their eyes as to what's really going on with the pharmaceutical industry and with these COVID injections. I don't even like to call them a vaccine because they don't even meet the definition of a vaccine. But a lot of really positive feedback so far. And, the main thing is to help people. And I think we're helping a lot of people wake them up, giving them options.
Ty, one of the things that, you and your wife, Charlene, who is just a lovely human being as well. I love talking to Charlene. And you guys have caught a lot of flack over the years. You came out, you exposed a lot of truths in regards to the medical treatment that are, towards people with, cancer patients. And I refer to you as one of the most banned men in America. Somebody asked me, they said, can I find him on Instagram? I said, not easily, not easily. They came after you. I mean, they really did. When you exposed this stuff, they really came after you guys and tried to silence you. That tells me you're over the target, right? I mean, you're over the target. You're getting too close to the danger zone for them, and so they just try to shut you up. What's been your experience going back with your research and your exposés on cancer up till now, dealing with these COVID injections? What are you finding? I mean, what's the response? Are you dealing with more of that trying to shut you down now with Remedy and the other things you're trying to say?
It's a good question. You certainly know that you're over the target whenever you start getting censored and banned and shut down and social media accounts removed and texts won't deliver and emails won't deliver. And people say, I've never seen that this was happening, and it's all over social media allegedly, but it's getting shadow banned. So you're over the target when that happens. And that's been the case for several years. It really started, the biggest hit we saw initially was in 2019 when Google implemented an algorithm in the summer of 2019 that decreased our traffic to our websites about 99%. Mm-hmm. Same thing happened to Dr. Mercola, to Mike Adams, the Health Ranger, a lot of guys, Sayer G with Green Med Info, a lot of the guys, part of the disinformation dozen. Charlene and I were part of the disinformation dozen. Allegedly, 2 of the 12 most dangerous people in the country spreading vaccine disinformation about the COVID vaccine, when, the reality is they can't even count. There was actually 13 people, but they called us a dozen. I guess they counted Charlene and I as one, something like that. But
yeah,
you're over the target when groups like the Center for Countering Digital Hate, which is the group that put out the Disinfo Dozen, when they put out a digital hit list on us, they know you're over the target. Oh, and by the way, Elon Musk just tweeted yesterday that he's going to be going after the Center for Countering Digital Hate because of some of the stuff they did, including the Disinfo Dozen. So we may hop on board that and sue the pants off of CCDH, Center for Countering Digital Hate, CCDH. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm interested to see how that's going to come out. I hope he goes at them with the fangs bared. I really do, because I'm sick of this. When I hear RFK Jr., who's a part of this project as well with you guys for Remedy, when he testified last week, he said they're now accusing him of malinformation and basically putting out stuff that's dangerous for people to listen to. I count Dr. Peter McCullough as a friend. When I listen to that man talk, I go, yep, makes sense to me. And they've literally villainized people like RFK Jr. and Dr. McCullough and yourself and Charlene. And to me, it really pisses me off, honestly, Ty, when I see this, because you only have one life to live, and your health matters. And when you have what I call the medical tyrants out there that are pushing, this universal medical procedure that everybody's supposed to have in order to function in free society and to truly be liberated to be free in our country, it's a shock to me that people are buying into this. Tell us a little bit about this project, this Remedy project. I want you to talk a little bit about the malinformation. You could comment on that, but tell me a little bit about Remedy.
Yeah. Okay. So Remedy was born, we saw a need to provide people with solutions because over the last few years, we've all seen the people dying suddenly. We've seen the documentaries. There's just not any debate about that. People are dropping dead. People, the myocarditis, one of the things Dr. Peter McCullough, who you just mentioned, he shared in Remedy last episode was that the rates of myocarditis have gone from 4 per million to 25,000 per million in the vaccinated. 4 per million to 25,000 per million. If that's not statistically significant, there is nothing that's statistically significant. So they're through the roof. Everyone knows someone that's died or has heart issues or has adverse events from the COVID vaccine. So that's obvious now. Anybody that debates that, and in the words of Mike Adams, you've got to be a gullible idiot to not see this. You just can't not see it unless you want to not see it. So we know now that people are waking up and they know there's problems. We wanted to give them solutions, thus Remedy. So in the 8 episodes of Remedy, we do go back into the history of vaccines and the different childhood vaccines and give kind of a cursory glance at how did these come about? Were they really effective? What does the data show? When did the deaths actually decline? Were the vaccines actually responsible for the decrease in deaths and so forth? But then each episode is focused on remedies for vaccine damage or natural remedies that you might be able to not even have the vaccine. If you want to, if you want to prevent measles, one of the things is massive doses of vitamin A and vitamin C. Probably not going to get measles, just natural stuff like that, as well as remedies in each episode for the coronavirus injections, because we're seeing so much damage from them. We wanted to give people hope because the documentaries that have come out showing all of the carnage are great to wake people up. But we felt like that people were now in a state of despair. And I deal with it at the gym. There's guys that I see at the gym every day and, giving them hope that, hey, they had the first dose and they haven't taken it since then. And you know what? That's okay, because there's things you can do every day, like the nattokinase, the natural blood thinner, and things like that have been covered in Remedy, that you don't have to live in fear anymore. And a lot of people were living in fear before this. And I think that we're helping that, giving them options.
I was talking to one of our mutual friends the other day, and he made the comment. He said, I could tell you this, if I ever was diagnosed with cancer, I'm calling Ty Bollinger, because dismissed or banned or whatever, he knows what he's talking about. And I've been watching the Remedy episodes, and I have to concur. I mean, you've done your research on this. You're giving people hope, which is what Remedy is all about. Because there are a lot of people who went out and got that injection, because they were told they had to, or you can't see your grandmother in the hospital or the nursing home unless people did it with good intentions, and now they're finding out this is a dangerous thing. So first of all, I want to say thank you for doing this and weathering the storm, you and Charlene both in this. What's the best way for people, if they haven't seen it, how can they get caught up? What's the best way for people to find Remedy?
Yeah. Remedy.film. Go to remedy.film, and that's the page where we've got the trailer up, and just enter your name and your email, and we'll send you a link to watch the episode, any remaining episodes. And just a little secret between us girls, as my pastor used to say, before all the trans stuff made that a weird thing, it used to be funny when guys would say that, but it's not anymore. But just a secret, we typically replay the episodes the weekend that follows. So if somebody goes now and signs up before the last episode, they're not going to be stuck not being able to see the first 8. we're going to replay them this weekend, all 8 episodes. So just go to remedy.film, enter your name and your email. We'll send you a link to watch them all.
Awesome. And if you're following me on Twitter or whatever, if you go through my Twitter feed, you'll see plenty of links to Remedy, but remedy.film. Ty, give my love to Charlene, and you guys take care of yourselves and be safe. Thank you for doing what you're doing, and I'm looking forward to the next episode, and we'll talk soon, brother. Thank you.
We'll do it, brother. Thank you, Chad, for all you're doing, man.
Thanks, man. Talk soon.